All right, guys. I have Gutta News Network 60 on the phone. What's up, Gutta?
Yeah, so like the little conference call, I guess it was the CDC they did today. They tried not to, I guess in a way, cause panic, right?
Hmm.
But the way they worded it and the way they answered the questions that came from all the news agencies, at least in my area, from what I see, it caused a lot of panic. Like I just went to Walmart just to go pick up a few things, and it was a lot more packed than usual. And it a lot of people were grabbing a lot of stuff, and I know a lot of people around my town. I've been here for some time, and it it was a bad idea the way they did it. You know how they worded it and everything. That but I get why they did it, but it could have been done a lot better.
Right.
And
I agree.
I think for something like that, you know, it could cause like disruptions within the food chains and delivery systems and supply and demand. Most stores only have about 72 hours worth of certain supplies before they have to order more or cycle it out or whatever they have to do to get in more stuff. And with the way it's going now and people, listening to the mainstream media and feeling like all right, this is pretty much like it's happening right now. That's what a lot of people around my area are thinking, at least, because they're not prepared, you know. And if you get a lot of small towns or cities or anything like that, it can make some how you say some bad repercussions coming forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think because you're over in, without saying your exact location, you're over in Florida, and no,
yeah,
it's
I'm in Daytona.
yeah. This is like okay, so that'll be the initial run, but I absolutely agree with you the way they were talking about it because what was that lady's name? She's Messner or whatever her name is. It was the one taking the phone calls
Yeah,
and doing the briefing. She she said pandemic. I mean, you heard it. You Reefer heard it. We were listening to it at the same time. Um,
yeah, I heard it myself.
yeah. So for them to, you might as well take it as it is. But I think this will be the first run. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah, it's no doubt on my mind that this thing, if it's as bad as it's being portrayed as, it'll come in waves.
mm-hmm.
It's not just going to be a one little incident and everything goes away. It'll come in waves, and certain things will be implemented in increments. Like in certain places out in California, in Alabama, and even my home state of New York, they're trying to implement self quarantine. Go get what you need and start quarantining yourself in your home right now. Well, I think that's a bad move because what does that do to the business sector as we are already experiencing, um, less imports through some of our major importers, like China, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of us can't just work from home or go to school at home. Like me, I have a hands-on job. I got to go and do tree work, and then my side job is I go and wash cars and detail cars. So it's a lot of hands-on work that I cannot do from home.
Right.
And those type of things can really take a toll on the financial sector of things because when things aren't moving, people aren't making money, companies aren't making money, and we're stuck trying to pump a whole bunch of money in the stock market that ain't going nowhere, which they've been doing for a very long time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't make it any better.
Yep. It definitely looks like China's taking one from the U.S. playbook on that, where the central banking system's playbook by pumping their economy or their their stock market full of money. And like I
Yeah,
asked Luke earlier, did you hear about the Trump administration's wanting China to fulfill their obligation to the trade deal still? And I'm like, with what?
with the way things are going on out there, that'll be near impossible to do at the moment because the shipping containers that are at the ports and everything like that are not moving. Whether they're supposed to be exported or whether they're being imported, they're not moving. They have stacks and stacks and stacks of imported and shipping containers just laying at the ports and they're not moving. There's no workers to move them, and they are in a quarantine in themselves. They're only allowed out a few days out of the week, maybe just to go get a few things and then go back home. If not, they're facing, certain prison sentences or in certain cases, just people never coming home and they're wondering why their family member hasn't made it home.
Yep. These are all good points, by the way.
It's just ridiculous.
These are all. I said these are all great points, by the way. Everyone in the chat's like, these are great points. Everyone's like, yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
It's just ridiculous to me, and for them to actually say the word pandemic when it really hasn't reached that scale over here in our country, it kind of sets me in a bad mood, like now everyday regular people who aren't truthers or preppers or anything like that are out trying to get supplies with their last little bit of income that they might have for the week or the next 2 weeks and stuff like that. And it's putting everybody in a bad spot.
Yep. Absolutely. This is why a lot of us have been telling everyone should have been doing this 3 weeks ago. Yep. But don't beat yourself up about it. Well, first of all, you should always just have certain prepper things around your house in case something like this happens. A shit hits the fan type thing. This could possibly be the beginning of the shit hitting the fan.
Yes, of course. Like me, I live in a hurricane zone. The hurricanes hit my area pretty much every year. So I keep a stockpile of stuff that'll last me at least 3 to 4 months at my home, just my home. Batteries, battery banks, freeze-dried foods, canned foods, seeds, whatever it may be. I pretty much have it. And then I have another location in Florida. And if I needed to leave, I have a location outside of Florida. I've already been planning this. I've been doing this for years, and it started about 7 years ago when I did move to Florida and I started experiencing all this. And I was wondering why everybody's rushing to the store and people in gas stations are running out of gas and then people are fighting over food and stuff like that when this type of stuff happens every year. And then I started realizing that, well, if something big really did happen or we had a big one, so to say, nobody would be prepared at all. And I didn't want to be that guy. I got kids, I got a wife, I got a whole immediate family that I got to take care of, so I didn't want to be that guy.
Oh, I don't blame you. And everyone should have that type of ideology and also take into considerations when the crap does hit the fan, there are going to be what we call scavengers.
Yeah.
You got to prepare for that also. I'm not going to give you any advice on that. Just, you can imagine what I'm saying. People will go to the most animalistic behaviors whenever the crap hits the fan. They want to go get what the next guy has. They want to go get their gold and their silver and their food and their water and all that stuff. So protect yourself in those means also.
Yep, that is a fact. That's why I've, during the course of me, quote unquote prepping, I've come to have a location or two and maybe dig a hole in the ground and put something in the ground here and there, just in case for those reasons. I mean, a gun can only do so much, a knife can only do so much. Sometimes you just got to take a loss. And you have to be prepared for that. When you do maybe have to take a loss, you got a backup.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm right now on planning mode. I got a few preps, and this weekend I'm just gonna go ahead, go to the store and beef up on some preps, and then I probably won't hit the store again for a little while. At least the big chain stores. And I'll go down to the 7-Eleven, which is right down the street, and I might go purchase something, I might not. But if I don't need it, then I'll just stay home unless I'm working.
Yeah. Well, no, you're doing the
I
right
think
thing. Prepping by little by little.
Exactly. I'm just the average guy. I don't make much, but I make do with what I have, and then I work from there, just like everybody should.
Yep.
Just you can't say you can't do it. You can't say you don't have an opportunity to do it. $5 a week. You can start off $5 a week. Go to the grocery store. Get a little something, and then if you got any extra money, that's when you go back to the grocery store. You go to a hardware store or a Bass Pro Shops or something, and go stock up on some stuff that you need, so you don't have to worry about cases like this.
Yep, exactly. Always be prepared.
Yep. Exactly. That's my number one thing. Always be prepared.
And don't panic. And prepare.
Yep. Nope. Never panic, because when you're in panic mode, you're not thinking straight. And once you're not thinking straight, a lot of things can go wrong when you think you're doing the right thing.
Yep. And a lot of times you can turn desperate too.
Exactly.
Start buying the stuff you don't need, and then think, oh, I could have got this instead because I'm just thinking I need all these other different things. Get the basic bare essentials. Get masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, soaps, toilet paper, beans, rice. If you can't afford, extravagant MREs and all this prep kits, food kits that you can buy online and all that, beans and rice.
I don't buy any of those just because they hit my pocket too hard. So what I usually do is I'd go to a few of the grocery chains that we have out here. What we have out here is besides the Walmarts and the Targets, we have something called a Winn-Dixie, which is really good for buy ones, get ones, normally at the beginning and the end of the month. And then we have a grocery chain called Save-A-Lot, which is it's pretty much like a paradise for somebody who's working on a low budget and needs some food. I mean, for 47 cents a can of beans, you know what I mean? It can go a long way with $10, $15.
Yep. I hoard bags of pinto beans is what I hoard, and rice. Yep. I mean, rice you may get hungry 30 minutes later, but still yet, it's cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, like I'm Hispanic, so I grew up on a lot of foods that contain rice and stuff like that. And what I've also come to is those like top ramen soups.
Yeah.
You add a little bit of water, you can heat it up in the microwave or whatever, or boil it, and you don't use that as your meal, you use that as a base later, because they pretty much don't have any nutritional value outside of maybe a little bit of salt.
They got a crap ton of sodium in them. They got a little bit. I only know this from being locked up. They got a little bit of protein in them, and that's why everyone trades the soups.
Yeah, but not enough to get you by. So what I usually do is I usually use that as a base, and then I'll add something like maybe some hot dogs, or I'll cut up some pork chops. You've been locked up, so you know how it goes.
Yep. Make a spread.
Yep. What we call it up north is we call it a meal. It's exactly what it is. Meal.
Yep.
And,
yeah, I mean, we
go from there.
Being locked up, you learn how to. You can make food. You can make a few ramen noodles last months. So. Oh yeah, definitely. So y'all are gonna be learning it. If you know anyone that's been locked up before.
I don't recommend using the flavorings that come with it. Those are very, very carcinogenic for you, and they're not very good for your health at all.
No, you're absolutely right on that, and I'm surprised Paul hasn't said it yet inside the chat over there. Because anytime he's like, "What did you eat today?" I said, "Oh, I had some ramen noodles." And he's like, "That's got carcinogenic stuff in it," and I'm like, "Yes, I already know, but I'm not like eating them every day."
The only reason I know that, is because when I used to go to the doctor, they let me know because I had asthma and stuff like that, and that's stuff that could trigger my asthma. So, yeah. So. Yeah. Pretty much before I walk into the store and start doing my thing is for everybody not to get on panic mode. Think everything through. And if you don't have what you need, if you can, scrounge up a few extra dollars and hit the store this weekend, go right ahead and do that, because the way stuff is going, you might want to have it now instead of later when stores crowd up and you might be having a fight over food and nobody wants to do that.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And I've been telling my people around here too, you guys might want to start taking precautions.
Yes, definitely.
You don't
you
want
got firearms?
Who? I can't have
Go
any.
ahead.
I can't have any.
I can't. I'm not allowed to have them either. Doesn't mean I don't have them.
But no, the people around me do, so I'm straight on that. But other than that, by law, I technically can't have any.
Yeah, technically I can't have them either. But my wife doesn't have a record, so
Same with mine, and same with my peoples around me. So I will be using one if need be. But also,
yes.
You don't want to be going to the store and they're like, when they actually come out, and Reefer, we might have to take bets on this. I don't know. It might be bad. But when they actually do come out and give, the pandemic quarantine, self-quarantine type call out to everyone in the country, you don't want to be that person that goes to the store and stands in line with a bunch of possibly infected individuals with the coronavirus without having a mask and you're going to get a mask. You don't want to do that.
Yes. Yes.
Stick cotton in your nose or something.
Yeah. One last thing before I go. If you got your mask and you got your goggles or whatever you need that is going to help you, and let's just say they're doing like a ration drop or a supply drop. All you people need, even if you're prepped up to the T, you need to get on those lines so it doesn't make you a target for neighbors and people around the neighborhood. Because the moment you don't step into them lines and you look just a little bit cleaner than everybody else, people are going to start asking questions and poking into your business.
Yes, dress like a hobo. That's my job right here. I can look like a hobo and I can fit in everywhere.
Yep. So if you need to take a bath every 2 days instead of every day, do it. You know what I mean? If you need to wear the same outfit for the week, do it. It's gonna help you in the long run. Doesn't mean you can't stay clean in certain ways, but you need to look the part to play the part.
Yep, play the part exactly, because it will come down to that eventually.
Yes, it will.
I hope it doesn't. Like I'm not.
We all hope it
probably
doesn't.
will. It probably will, but we hope that it does not.
Yep, and that's my hope that it doesn't. And for me, I hope that I never have to use any of my preps. But you just never know. You just never know.
Yep, that's true. Well, you're an awesome caller, man. I appreciate it very much. You have great advice. If you guys don't know who Gutta News 60 is, go check him out here. He is on DLive. He's getting his stuff up too, so he can start doing his streams too. He has a Discord. They share information on Discord. You will catch him a lot over. But definitely go check his Discord out. Go give him a follow on DLive. He knows what he's talking about. We talk. He shares information with us, so he's on point with this stuff. And this is just simple stuff, guys. Simple stuff. But I definitely appreciate your call.
Thanks for letting me call in. Nope. Thanks for letting me call in. I'm going to walk into the store now and do a couple of things, and I'll meet you in the chat.
All right, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.